Hello lads and ladies and anything in between. Today we venture into the horrifying world of liminal spaces and repeating instances, this being on the more tame side with the Exit 8, a game where you find yourself in a subway station facing anomalies and attempting to spot the difference to try and make it through all 8 areas. We are once again going to break down, analyse and review this game, so if you enjoyed this video, make sure to like and subscribe, as well as join me on Twitch where we are nearing the beginning of my analog horror reactions and horror gameplay arc. Let's begin. The Exit 8 is a game where you find yourself in a subway station littered with props and a man who we'll call Bob, because why not? We walk through this corridor, memorising the different objects, doors, lights, and even the patterns on the floor to eventually make it through all 8 areas in this game. The game will loop infinitely until you make it through all 8 consecutive areas, sending you packing straight back to level 1 if you fail to spot the differences on a floor. If you see a difference or an anomaly in the area...
Hang on, Mo. Hang on. What are you doing there, mate? Oh my god, it chases you. Oh shit. Oh my god.
Then you run backwards. If you don't, then you run forwards. By making a correct judgment, you progress through the game, and after completing the game, you can search for the rest of the anomalies if you want to challenge yourself for a 100% run. Now that we're done with the overview, let's go into the visuals. Now, the visuals in this game are pretty smooth and clear, with a shiny polish over the top. The lighting is perfect for the atmosphere of this game, and somehow being welcoming and disturbing at the same time. Kind of like if Slenderman was in daylight. It's still there, but you can see it more clearly and you're less afraid because of the light, but you still have the looming presence over your shoulder of the Slender Man. If anything, the space looked a little too clean, where a little bit of dirt on the walls here and there would have probably made it look a bit more realistic, but when you're trapped in a completely alternate reality, where only you and Bob exist, the only dirt that could get in is through the anomalous horrors that haunt this tainted liminal space. So, if that was the goal, then hey presto, ignore what I said. Overall, the unnatural look of the environment and the design choices made works well for the atmosphere they are trying to portray and needs near to no improvement. In terms of sound, this game has very little sound but makes up for it with what little sound it has, being eerily quiet with only the sound of buzzing lights above can be heard, as well as your footsteps, and
we have the... Nope, that is not normal. That is not normal, that is...
I guess floods are a little loud. The sound combined with the unnatural look of this place gives a sort of backrooms feel to the game, making it feel as if you are trapped with nothing but your thoughts and a small buzzing noise, which is terrifying, having to live with your own inner dialogue telling you about whether or not a Viking funeral for a hamster is cool, or your own feelings. I mean, I normally have the hamster thoughts all the time. Help me. But anyways, the sound helps flesh out the unsettling experience to the game and also acts as a means to distract the player from small details and as a means to sometimes scare the player. On to the gameplay. The gameplay is simplistic but challenging, pretty much being spot the difference if Junji Ito had his hands on it. Maybe not as extreme, but you get the point. You memorise your surroundings, you walk to the next area, you stare at everything for a very long time, you see if something's changed, you run backwards, if nothing changes then you run forwards, and if you fail you go back to floor 1, whereas if you win and get through all 8 stages, you walk into the god's shining beams of holy light. Some of the differences are minuscule in comparison to others. Here I will show you a few of the more obvious ones.
That's glowing red. It's staring at me. It is not happy. If I move along here... Yep, that is not a happy chappy. We're going back. Oh, he's coming after me. Okay. I kind of want to go up the stairs. I really want to go up. Move F's and then... Yeah, that one's not normal. Okay, so... Ah. Oh, yeah, okay, that is the mode. Yeah, that is horrifying. Jesus God.
And we won't bother showing any more of the minuscule ones because that would be cheating. I'm not giving you the answers. But like I said, the game is pretty simplistic and linear and has some replayability, with there being an option to 100% the game by trying to find the rest of the anomalies, but other than that, there isn't much to talk about here. Well, we have a story section, but where is the story? Well, there may not be a story, but let's pull a theory out of nowhere. We see that there's many different challenges throughout this game where we need to spot very small and some very obvious differences between all of the levels we enter. Even Bob can change from time to time, but why exactly are we doing this? Well, I believe that this is some form of purgatory, being an infinite loop of spotting what has changed in our surroundings, either to be greeted with returning to the beginning, dying to a foe, or reaching a set of stairs with a bright light at the end of the tunnel. I believe there is some form of redemption trial to test if our character is worthy of entering heaven or hell based on whether they can pass all of the levels or return to the first one and start again, with deaths meaning you go down to the pits. Does this mean that this is definitely the truth? Yes, I am always right. But in all honesty, I'm probably wrong, and there are probably a lot more theories that are better than mine, but I have my imagination. Anyways, comment down below your theories and let's continue on to the next part. We finally reach our conclusion to this video. With all aspects combined, I can give this game a solid 7 out of 10. It is a pretty good game with flushed out visuals, sound design and some great challenges, only to be let down a little by how linear the gameplay is and a lack of storyline, which I enjoy in a game, but that is just my personal opinion. I prefer to have a few more mechanics in the game, even if that just means picking up and putting down something, or even completing some small tasks, and at the same time I like to have a little story in my games where possible, just for a bit of added interest. Even though I have my criticisms, I can still give credit where credit is due, with this game being a great game altogether, but still doesn't compare to some of my favourites that I've played before. Thank you, and thank you again for watching this video. I really do appreciate the support, and if you made it to this point, congrats on making it through the Yap train. But anyways, make sure to like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video, join my Twitch to watch my live streams where we will start doing some horror games and analog horror reactions, follow me on TikTok for my clips and best moments, join the Discord to suggest me some games to help me grow my community, and finally, comment down below what you want to see next. That's all from me guys, I really do appreciate it. In a bit people.